All right, so I'm recording this after the fact. Okay, this is one of the pre-cons. The pre-Supanova ChamBOOK Volume 2 pre-sales. That's confusing. So this is a real-time video. I'm actually, I'm stating I'm recording this audio after the fact. I recorded this last week, Friday. The video I recorded like last week, Friday. Was it Friday or was it Thursday? I forget which day. But I recorded last week. It is now Wednesday. The convention happened during the weekend. I could talk about the convention itself, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna. So I've got ChamBOOK Volume 2 now. It's out. It's available. I am making it available for people internationally to purchase. That information can be found. It can be found on my DeviantArt page. Shipping is very crazy right now. I went to mail one of the copies to one of the highest tier patrons because that's what they had requested for their patronage that month, and shipping on it was just it's pretty damn ridiculous. Like, if I can read it out to you guys right now, you'll realize that it's not cheap. Living in Australia is kind of crazy for that, but the prices are pretty crazy. But if you want a copy of the book, then you can always email me. So this is one of the requests that I got. It's Jason Todd Robin. Now, there's really not too much difference between Dick Grayson and Jason Todd's Robin. So this was a little bit tricky, but I think it came out fine. They were essentially created a while ago. So, and Jason Todd's Robin was essentially just a copy of Dick Grayson's. So to try and capture Jason Todd's personality was, I think, the goal. I'm not sure if I did it, but yeah, that's what I was drawing. That's who I was drawing. I'd purchased a new pen as well. My old brush pens, my old Pentel brush pens were running out of ink, so I decided to make a purchase of a few more. It's still I'm still getting used to the brush pen. I mean, like, even after using it this long, I'm still getting familiarized with how to use it properly, and it's a fun learning experience. This audio thing is still very weird to me. Like, I'm not really sure what to say in these things, but that's just kind of how it works, I suppose. But I figured I'd fill this section with talking rather than music, which will probably, flag me because it's music, especially like licensed music or something. Even if it's not licensed, they'll still tag it as being licensed. And yeah, especially lately, since I've just started monetizing the videos. I don't think I've made anything on it so far, and I don't have enough viewership for that, but I only recently started because mates of mine said, hey, give it a shot. So I was like, yeah, I might as well give it a shot. May as well give it a shot. What's the harm, right? So I'm gonna be recording a few of these post audios for these videos that I'm doing. I might time lapse one of the videos instead, or one or two, because I did 4 of them, and people have already ordered the book to be shipped to them overseas, and those ones I will be recording also. But I feel that with those I should probably record at the same time I'm drawing it. That way it saves me from having to do it after the fact, which is just weird to me. Like, I'm actually just watching the video right now play as I'm speaking, and that's just odd. It's odd having this one-sided conversation type stuff. I don't really know what to talk about. I mean, it's also weird if I talked about the convention that happened after this drawing was made. But I guess I could talk about the convention, right? Maybe I'll talk about the convention in different parts. That's just weird. That's weird. Yeah. We haven't recorded Chipper Chap Chat this week yet. This information's going to be weird because if people watch this outside of the upload time, they'll be like, what's that? So, yeah, weird. So I won't talk about that. We just know that we haven't recorded this week yet. What else? Did I get anything? You know what, I might as well just talk about the convention. Because at this point, I guess I could talk about the piece that I'm working on. Well, nope. There we go. I laid down a sheet underneath. Okay, so the inks are done. I've erased the lines. Pencils. And now I'm using this Faber-Castell. I think that's what it is, Faber-Castell. It's black ink. I use it to fill in because it fills in quite nicely. And it covers lots of ground. I used to use Sharpie, but Sharpie's ink doesn't flow as well as this one. And Sharpie also streaks. And also the Sharpie black isn't like a solid black. It's got this sepia tone to it. But yeah, with these headshots, with these inside book headshots, they're larger than my regular headshots, but they're also, I also tried to go for a more streamlined look. So not really line heavy, hopefully, and also minimal shades. So just bolder lines that are to the point. I think I achieved enough of it. And it looks fine. I think this one looks good. I like this one. I like most of the ones that I get to draw home. It's one thing I guess I can speak about regarding conventions and having to draw at a convention is that it gets fairly tricky because when I speak to people, I want to look at them, you know. I'd like to look them in the face, look them in the eyes. It's kind of respectful. But if I have stuff to draw and I still want to speak to them, I try to let them know that I'm going to be drawing while I'm speaking, so hopefully they don't mind. But even then, when you get into a conversation, especially one that, you know, you get into, you tend to forget, like you tend to focus more on what it is, well, you know, one or the other, whether it's the actual conversation itself or whether it's the piece that you're working on. So when it's the conversation itself that I pay more attention to, I forget that I'm working on anything, and because of that I lose track of time and the focus on the piece gets lost and it'll kind of just sit there. Whereas at home, especially when I'm recording it, the focus is completely on a piece. But because of that, it's really harder to say anything because you don't know what to say. It's awkward still. I think I'll never get over the fact how weird it is to speak to myself when recording these videos. It's odd. Those people who can do it, that's a skill. It's something that I was never taught. Well, I guess it's something you can learn, right? I don't know. Also, no more Art Bastards for a while. For those who are even familiar with that one other podcast that I did with a bunch of other mates that was art related. That's not happening for a while due to most of them having work. If anything, if it does return, it's going to make an evening return. So it'll still be live for us. We'll still do it live. But for people overseas, like in the US and whatnot, who want to watch it, they'll have to watch it after the fact. Which I suppose is normal anyways, because scheduling does that type of stuff. Can't schedule everything so that everybody can watch at the same time. It's not really how it works. So this robin, it's almost done. As you can see, it's very basic now. I think I grab a Copic and I add some grays to it. Did the camera move? I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention. Just talking. That's all. It's weird. I could describe what it is I'm doing. It's just that itself is weird, because I think I was telling somebody at the convention, the reason why I don't really do tutorials is because I don't really know what I'm doing most of the time. A lot of it is trial and error, learning on the spot. Now, if I'm learning on the spot, it's a lot of experimenting still. Unsure what I'm doing, but because of that I get certain results that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise, you know. That's fine, I guess. It's shaping up. Got about a minute left of this piece. I'm surprised I managed to talk throughout these whole 12 minutes about nothing, but it's audio, it's better than silence. Then again, you could probably just play some music. That works too, I suppose, right? Just play some music after this and you're gold. Or not even after this, during this. What am I talking about? Play music during this. Mute the audio in this. Play whatever music you want. That way there's no copyright license and stuff. And you're good. So I'm looking at the piece now. I don't exactly know what I have left because I don't really remember. I think it was maybe... I know I gotta stamp it and I gotta sign it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm signing it. That's all I got left. I'm gonna sign it and then I'm gonna stamp it and the piece is done. So thank you folks for watching. I'm gonna upload a couple more of these videos, but I gotta edit them. And editing itself is a pain. But cheers all the same.